Good morning, students. How are you all doing? I hope you all are fine and you are utilizing this time in gaining some good knowledge, right? So, children, in our last video, we discussed about the classification of elements. We have seen the significance of classification, why there is a need to classify, right? So, for this classification, there were many attempts at classifying elements, including Dobrayner triads, Mendeleev's Newland's octaves, right? That was what I told you. So today we are going to discuss the one of the attempt by the scientist Dobrayner. So first of all, you see here the scientists, those who have contributed for the development of the periodic table. As you all can see, the three main attempts done by these scientists, which you can see on the screen. One, Johann Dobrayner, then John Newlands, and then Dmitry Mendeleev, right? So just for a short introduction, like Johann Dobrayner, John Newlands, and Dmitry Mendeleev, I have mentioned here. Johann Dobrayner, he grouped similar elements into group of three triads, means a group of three elements. So, say for example, chlorine, bromine, and iodine. So he contributed in the year of 1817 to 1829. We will be discussing in detail. Then John Newlands, what he did, he found every eighth element showed the similar properties and he arranged it by the atomic weight, okay, and he gave its name as a law of octaves in 1863. Then Dmitry Mendeleev arranged elements by similar properties but left blanks for undiscovered elements in 1869. Okay, so these were the main, there were the attempts which they have done for the development of the periodic table. So today we will discuss about the Dobrayner triads. Okay, so who was Dobrayner? So Dobrayner was a German scientist and his name was Johann Dobrayner. He put forward his law of triads in 1817. Each of the Dobrayner triads was a group of three elements. Okay, just now I have told you. The appearance and reactions of the elements in a triad was similar to each other. Atomic masses at this time, atomic masses, the mass of an atom, a single atom has a set of number of protons and neutrons and it won't change, right? Atomic masses will not change. So scientists had begun to find it out the relative atomic masses of the elements. Dobrayner too discovered that the relative atomic mass of the middle element in each triad was so close to the average of the relative atomic masses of the other two elements. Means the first atomic mass of an element and the last atomic mass of an element. Alright, so the two elements. So these gave other scientists a clue that relative atomic masses were important when arranging the elements. Okay, it's just a brief history of Dobrayner. Now, what is his law? Talks. So Dobrayner triad. What exactly he did? Dobrayner, he arranged the element in increasing order of atomic masses. Increasing order. Alright. Then he found that the atomic mass of the middle element was approximately equal to the arithmetic mean or the average value of the atomic masses of the other two elements of that triad. Like I said, first, third if you add it and if you divide it by 2, like if the way you find the average value of any number, similarly with the first element and the last element you will get the average value of the middle element. Okay, so these triad, when they are arranged in their increasing order of the atomic masses. Example you can see here: lithium, sodium, potassium. The atomic mass of lithium is 9 and of potassium is 39. The average of two atomic number is 23. That is the atomic number of sodium. Okay, I'll be showing you more examples here. Alright, see the group of elements here, children. Here Johann Dobrynin, what he did, he made a group of 3 elements. As you can see, sodium, lithium, potassium, one triad. Then strontium, barium, calcium, another triad, second triad. Then down you can see bromine, chlorine, iodine, third triad, and cerium, tellurium, and sulfur is the fourth triad. So these group of elements he distributed in set of 3, and he made the triad accordingly. So it's a group of 3 elements. Alright, so how to find it out, the atomic mass of the middle element? So children, I'll be showing you the another triads of Dobrynin, how to find it out. Okay, so here you can see the examples of Dobrynin triad. Children, here group ABC, it's like elements and atomic and their atomic masses, and how you'll find the average value, or by the mean of arithmetic mean of atomic mass. So first example if you can take, that is lithium, sodium, and potassium, right? So you can see the atomic masses of lithium, sodium, potassium is mentioned there in the table, but how you find the atomic mass value of sodium? So what he suggested was the first and the last element, like from lithium and potassium. You can see also in the table that 7.0 plus 39.0 here. These are the atomic masses of first and last lithium and potassium. Here you can see, right? So this is the way you will add, and you will divide by 2 to find the average value of it. So the average atomic mass of first and third lithium and potassium is 23, which is the atomic mass of sodium. Okay. Similarly, if you take the another example B, calcium, strontium, barium. So the first and last, calcium and barium, 40.0 plus 137.0, it's the value is there mentioned on the screen, and you divide it by 2, you will get the average atomic mass of the middle element. Okay, this one you add it, then you divide, you get the answer for the middle element. So this is the average atomic mass of strontium. Again, same thing with chlorine, bromine, and iodine. You take the first and last atomic masses, that is 35.0 plus 127.0, you divide by 2 to find out the average value of the atomic mass. You get an answer 81.0, and that is what is the atomic mass of the middle element. Now you must be wondering that if you find it out here, the atomic masses, it's 23, 88.5, 81.0. So here you must see some variations like 87.5 or 80.0. So children, this is just because that Dobrynin showed that when the 3 elements in a triad were arranged in order of increasing atomic masses, so the atomic mass of the middle element was roughly the average of the atomic masses of the other 2 elements. So this is the way he explained the triads, and this triads actually give a good classification of elements, like it had a great significance in predicting atomic mass and properties of middle element. And even in these days also these elements resemble in their properties. Okay, so this is the Dobrynin trads. Now it has some limitations as well. What was the limitation? The limitations are like all the elements known at that time could not be classified into trad, means only 4 trads were mentioned, not all the elements of that time. So you can see there down the 4 sets of trad were mentioned only. Okay, and it is limited to that number of elements. Fine, children. So we will just quickly recap the Dobrynin trad with the help of this flow chart. As you can see, Dobrynin trad, it's Johann Wolfgang Dobrynin. He started its development and contributed in the year of 1817, and he came up with the trad, Dobrynin trad, which where he did group with 3 elements. He made a group of 3 elements. We discussed how it was. Then he arranged in the increasing atomic masses, and you can see down that how example is taken. Lithium, potassium, first and last, gives the average mass of the sodium, right? So this is how he explained his trads. Few more examples is mentioned in the table, you can see there, but there were some limitations, like he could not, he could find only 3 trads, so this system of classification was not that useful, right, children? So this is about the Dobrynin trad. We will be discussing the about another scientist and his contribution towards the development of the periodic table. So right now I have made few questions for you all based on the Dobrynin trad. It is okay, so this you have to answer in your previous year's notebook where you are writing the earlier chapters answer. All right, and this is one one problem you can see here. So you have to apply Dobrynin trad over here to find it out the answer. Okay, so this you have to solve in your notebook. Till then, children, please study, do hear the videos again and again to solve and find it out your queries. Okay, so we will be meeting in our next video with the another topic. Okay, thank you.